were you asking?
Well, what you said was not what I said. What I was saying is if, you know, makeup is such a deceitful thing to you,
Yeah.
then wouldn't you just break up with them right after seeing them without makeup? Like, if
I've already told you, though, I prefer to date women who wear minimal or no makeup.
Yeah, but you also said, like, sometimes you can't tell if they're wearing makeup or not.
Yeah, sometimes you can't. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to think... I mean, that was more of a general statement. I think I have a fairly attuned sense of if a woman is wearing makeup or not.
Okay. Just at least to me, like, let's say a man is wearing lifts in his shoes. He's, like, being deceitful in a physical way. He's changing one of his physical attributes.
Yeah.
And then I see him and he's 3 inches shorter. It's not gonna make as big of an impact to me as if he was deceiving me in a non-physical way. Like if he lied to me about his job or his like upbringing or his values or things like that. Those are things that I find more important than how they look physically. So if they're like lying to me about things that they value in life and just so we can like be together and then turns out those aren't true, then it's like I feel like that's
so it's wrong to deceive.
Well, I understand, but you're just making a value judgment there of saying, like, look, both of these are bad, but this one, just me, for my own preference, I have less of a problem with it than this other preference, right? So you're just saying both are bad, but this one bothers me less than this one.
I don't think wearing lifts in your shoes is bad.
What if it was the first time that you met him, and then he took
I
off
really
his...
wouldn't care.
You wouldn't care?
Okay, here.
What if it shrunk him down to like shorter than you?
No.
You wouldn't be for it. These other girls. Here, let me give a different example. What about the guy who wore a toupee? I would argue most women, especially, you know, maybe older women are a little more forgiving on this front. Most women prefer men with a full head of hair who are not balding.
Yes.
I think a lot of women would, let's say that toupee is really convincing in his photos and even in person, but you find out that it's not real. Would you feel like, maybe I should have asked this
Deceived?
before I went there.
Would you feel deceived?
Do you have a preference for, do you have a hair preference at all when it comes to men? Do you, bald men who are balding, Larry David versus like Giga Chad, full head of hair, anything?
No, not really. I mean, usually if they're balding, they're
Do you
probably older.
Do you concede that most women prefer men with a full head of hair? They find it more attractive.
There's a lot of sexy bald men.
Okay, but
the difference is if the woman is wearing makeup, like you can see the makeup, you'll probably
see the toupee.
Well, yeah, but you said it's so convincing that it looks real and you can't tell.
Okay.
That's what you just said.
What if you could tell that he's wearing a toupee?
Then I'd probably ask to see what he looks like without it.
Why?
Just out of curiosity.
Oh, out of curiosity?
Like, you'd probably, like, if a girl's wearing makeup, you'd probably wonder, like, oh, I wonder what she looks like without the makeup.
Do you think
and you'd end up seeing her without the makeup.
Do you think a lot of women might think, well, is this man insecure? Why is he wearing a toupee?
I mean, I would understand, like, if I would probably do the same if I was going bald. Like, I don't see what the issue is. And it's like, if they're going to be wearing the toupee all the time anyways...
Okay, so how about this?
What difference does it make to me? I'm gonna
In
see them
public,
with
he
the
wears
toupee
the
all the time.
toupee, but when you're getting intimate, he doesn't wear the toupee. And you got a Larry David looking motherfucker.
But bald men can be sexy. I know a lot of sexy bald men.
Well, yeah, you like them 90.
No,
She likes them 90-year-olds.
no, like they just rock it. Like it's like they know that's their predicament.
Right, some men can rock the bald look, but most women prefer men with a full head of hair.
I've never really like given it that much thought. I've never like gone out and saw and be like, I need a man with a full head of hair.
Okay, you guys can talk about anecdotes and like personal exceptions if he's super attractive, but like for the average guy,
preferences. It's just
for the average,
nothing
like,
bothers you. Whatever type of guy, short, big,
look,
bald.
here's the reality. Most women are attracted to tall men. Most women are attracted to men with a full head of hair. It is what it is.
How about this question? If Henry Cavill became bald,
from a disease? Would he be cuter then than he is now?
Look, and they've done studies on this. They've asked women to rate the attractiveness of various men. Some of the men are partially balding, some of them are fully bald, some of them shave, and then some of them have like luscious flow. They got the flow, they got a full head of hair. The women find the men with full heads of hair more attractive.
That's probably true. I'm just saying,
Boom.
baldness is not equal ugliness.
Of course not.
Preach.
But like a lot of women would, are you contesting that a lot of women might feel deceived about a guy who wore a toupee in his dating app photos?
Yeah, for sure.
And then maybe on the date he shows up in a hat, and then midway through the date he takes the hat off. Oh, you're bald. Didn't know. I would have liked to have known. Maybe.
I've had a few experiences seeing a guy take off a hat. I'm like, wow, I didn't know you were bald. Not as bad as you shot.
Okay. All right. Okay. Here. Where are we?